You can cover a lot of ground in just a few syllables, it turns out. Anybody want to come in and have a chat with me? Maybe ask some questions? I don't have any answers, but you never know. Ooh. I'm stealing your mic. Just in case. He's sleeping in this morning, eh? Yeah. So you guys are going to have to pick up the slack and ask a lot of questions. No?
What's 1 + 1?
2. It's 2. Good job, eh? So first of all, just a little, anybody having a birthday this week? Because it turns out yesterday was Elisa's birthday, Perry's granddaughter, and Trisha's granddaughter, who is 13, right? 13? So teenager. And it was also Sheila Hetchler's birthday this week, and she is not a teenager. Very, 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 very much not a teenager, and should be celebrated for that also. So, birthday song for anybody who's having a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody who's having a birthday this week. Happy birthday to you. There's probably a lot of birthdays somewhere, right? Yeah. Yeah. Who's having a birthday? What? Ben Wilson's having a birthday? What is he, like 50? Yeah. Ooh, I totally forgot. They're so close together. Yeah. Because he's leading the service in Bashaw today, so we can talk about him and he has to watch us. Yeah. Yeah, with a room full of people, too, so, or partly full of people. So happy birthday to Ben also. Is he 40? 43, holy cow. Man, that makes you guys. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Let's move on really quickly. Okay, so have you ever had one of those moments, this is probably one for some people, one of those moments where you weren't expecting something to happen the way it did? Or you were expecting something and what you got wasn't exactly it, right? Like say your favorite thing to have is mac and cheese for supper, and your mom or dad says, we're having mac and cheese for supper, and you get really excited, and then you sit down at the table, and it's mac and cheese, all right, but there's peas in it.
Well, my friend's house, there's hot dogs in it.
Sorry?
Well, at my friend's house, there's hot dogs in it.
Well, hot dogs is good, though, right? Oh, so that'd be like something that was unexpected, but it was good, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, yeah, awesome. Why would you put peas in mac and cheese? Wait, did you say, yeah, Mom?
She should do that.
Why would you put peas in mac and cheese?
I would totally do that.
Yeah, okay. But it's something, you were expecting something, and then suddenly you got something else. And sometimes that might be, oh. And sometimes that might be, hey, yes, okay, that was good. Okay, this is better than what I thought. But sometimes the important thing is to ask questions ahead of time so that you know what you're going to get. Right? I mean, maybe you don't want to go to your friend's house and say, what does your mom or dad put in the mac and cheese? Like maybe that's not, it's a little rude, but there are times when it's really important to ask questions. So just before Easter, I was texting with my daughter who has 10 children. I'm not making that up. And I was saying, you must have to get a lot of chocolate. And she texted back that she just gets a very little bit of chocolate, but she gets these instead. And then she texted me a link to a page that had those on it. That's right, that's a duck that's painted to look like Jesus. And she gets those, like 50 of them, and then she hides them around the house for her kids to find for Easter. And I said, that's a lot of Jesus ducks. What do they do with them? And she said they take them places and leave them. You know, like the painted rock thing, where you paint a rock and you put it somewhere and you hope somebody else finds it and moves it, takes it somewhere else. It's a thing, apparently. And so they take these little ducks after they find them and then they leave them places. And I thought, that is a really cool way to talk about how important it is to remember that even though you might find Jesus here, Jesus is everywhere, and you should share that. So you could take a duck and leave it somewhere to remind people that Jesus is there too. Wouldn't that be cool? And so I thought, I'll get some Jesus ducks. So I ordered some Jesus ducks and I got them. And I thought, won't this be cool? Do I hold that for a second? I thought, won't this be cool? Because everybody will get a little rubber Jesus duck to leave somewhere. And guess what I got? Because I didn't ask questions like, how big are they? Or what are they made of? Because they're not rubber, they're made of resin, so they're hard. And they're the size of a gummy bear. I was a little surprised when I picked up the package and it was only this big and it had like 50 of them in it. But it's still cute, right? It's still cute. And it's still a good way to remind people that Jesus is everywhere, don't you think? Yeah. So I got some. And we're going to give everybody one. There should be enough, I hope. And so the idea is you can keep this if you like. You can keep it in your pocket if you like, for that matter. Or you can take it and leave it somewhere. Maybe somewhere unexpected where people might find it and think, okay, first of all, they're going to think, what the heck is that? Look, it's so tiny. But maybe they'll figure out that it's a Jesus duck. And it'll remind them that Jesus is everywhere. I sense your excitement and enthusiasm for this project. We're going to do it anyway. I got some for you to hand out. And if you guys wouldn't mind running these around to everybody while we sing the next hymn, just be careful. Just be careful as you go and hand those out. Just be careful as you do that because everyone will be wanting to jump for joy. Hit it.